What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you guys smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel. Now, in the world of Danny Garcia, a lot's been going on. He had a tune-up fight, and it was every sense of the word, a tune-up, against the guy Errol Spence Jr. stopped last year, and that was Samuel Vargas. Danny Garcia looked pretty sweet in there against Vargas. He was picking his shots, he was creating knockdowns. Even one of the knockdowns early, he landed this huge right hand that sent Vargas doing a backwards somersault like some aerobics. It reminded me of Timothy Bradley. It was like so dramatic. He was like flipped over, you know what I mean? If you go to Premier Boxing Champs Instagram, they have the clip on there, and he like tumbled and rolled backwards, and it was just crazy. And then he eventually got the stoppage later in the fight. So I really believe that he chose this fight to give something back to his hometown, Philly. Give them a homecoming feel-good fight. And one thing that was interesting is after PBC, they did a good job. This was kind of like a UFC moment. If you remember, like UFC, they've been doing a pretty good job promoting. Conor McGregor might have been when he knocked out Chad Mendes. He hopped over the cage, the octagon, and he jumped in the crowd and started like mugging and grilling Jose Aldo, who was in the crowd. And something similar, you had Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia get in the ring, and this was big. A lot of people who are in the boxing world were talking about it, so that's all good. The fight's not till March, and they've already started the build-up, so hopefully they create some specials like All Access, because it should be a Showtime/CBS corner to corner. Do something to keep the interest there. It's a good fight. But one thing I found very interesting, which you guys seen in the title, is I didn't see Floyd Mayweather in anybody's videos or whatnot, but Floyd Mayweather was in Philly after the fight, and Danny Garcia, after his victory, they went to Club Vanity to do like I guess Danny Garcia was hosting a party, and that's the picture you guys seen in the thumbnail and also on the screen right now. And I thought that was kind of weird. So I was thinking, would the winner of Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman, if they have an emphatic good performance, will that be enough to land them a Mayweather fight? And I think it's certainly a possibility, especially since you look at Floyd's track record. I think, one, he's not going to come back for just anybody. You know what I'm saying? He's going to come back for a guy or a fight where somebody's buzzing that's going to generate some money. You know what I mean? He told Showtime 9 figures. I don't know if he's going to stick to that, but you got to be making some type of noise. You look at Floyd historically, he's fought most of his recent fights as Money May, and the fighters were fighting off their best recent performances. Cotto had avenged the guy who beat him, probably with loaded gloves, Antonio Margarito. Maidana had knocked out Broner. A million memes were made. You look at Ricky Hatton was undefeated. Robert Guerrero had jumped up to welterweight, became a champion, interim champion, beat Selçuk Aydin, lumped up Berto. Victor Ortiz had lumped up Berto in a Fight of the Year candidate. So I think it's going to take that type of fight to lure Floyd out, like a Pacquiao fight. Of course, that's a lot of money, so something like that. So I want to know from you guys, do you think the winner of Keith Thurman versus Danny Garcia would be enough to lure Floyd out of retirement? Plus, Floyd's pushing 40, and if it is in fact Danny Garcia, and a lot of people are sleeping on Danny Garcia, he definitely has a chance versus Keith Thurman. And I can't wait to break that down, do 7 reasons and stuff like that. I don't know who I'm going to pick, but Danny Garcia is being slept on by a lot of people. You guys could put cherries and all this extra stuff, but a fight is a fight. I look at the stylistic matchup, height, patterns, resume, all that type of stuff. Y'all can keep talking foolish and cherries and stuff, but especially if it's Danny Garcia, because I think Danny Garcia's style, Mayweather does exceptional well. Like, I mean, he's proven he can beat any style. Guys with speed, footwork, southpaw, non-southpaw, you know what I mean? But I think if he had a preference, he would probably take on, at this chapter of his career, he'd probably want to take on Danny Garcia. And you can't even really call him a cherry picker if Danny Garcia clearly beats Keith Thurman, because that's a hell of a win. Vice versa. Keith Thurman, I think, just because he's more rhythmic and athletic, styles make fights, I think that would be probably a more challenging fight for Mayweather's style than Danny Garcia, because he would be very elusive with Danny Garcia. He would respect his counterpunch, and I think he would look like he did versus Robert Guerrero. You know what I mean? He was like using his feet and not staying situated, then sit down for, like, let's say round 6 or 7, sit down on some shots, then give him so many different looks. I don't think he's gonna fight Danny Garcia like Cotto or whoever else, you know what I mean, where it's Shane Mosley. So I think you would respect Danny Garcia's timing and his youth and stuff like that, and really try to do like he did with Canelo and Robert Guerrero, those kind of guys. And Danny Garcia has slow feet, and he's just overall slower in general. So I think especially if Danny Garcia wins, that could be something. Plus, this is something they've talked about in the past. So let me know if you guys want to see that. If it's Keith Thurman, maybe Keith Thurman will, at that point, let's say he knocked out Danny Garcia, became the first person. I said first like I had the list. You better not duck me, son. But if he becomes the first to knock out Danny Garcia, that's definitely a spectacle, and you could really, he's called out Mayweather in the past. That would give him that kind of carte blanche to possibly come out of retirement. So I think if Mayweather came out of retirement to fight the winner of Garcia-Thurman, whether it's Thurman or Garcia, I think that would be big for Mayweather's legacy, and it's definitely good fights. So a unification, you know what I mean, in March 4th. I'm looking forward to it, and we'll see. Let me know if you think a fight like this would bring Mayweather out of retirement for that historic 50th. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hey, comment, and subscribe to our next videos. Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.